Well, good morning, everyone, from the smoky air of San Francisco. It's always a little weird to feel like you shouldn't go outside and take a deep breath, but this is reality here. Hopefully, it'll get better as the day goes on, but we never know anymore. So welcome, good morning, whatever the air is where you happen to be sitting. Always happy to see everyone on this screen. Just so you know, basically, this is an hour of reading and listening from our hearts, doing short rites, and as we respond to each other and to the poems that get read, it's really just about responding from our hearts, reflecting back lines or feelings that resonate for us. Um, and we always start with just brief introductions of our name, where we are, and a word or an image that might captivate how you're feeling this morning. All right, so really just imagining that we are holding space around a table in a room together. We could all actually see and sort of feel each other. This is something we have to keep practicing because Lord knows I would love to actually be sitting in a room with with all of you someday, but who knows if that will ever happen. So for now, we're going to go around the circle. Say that I too have had a hard time with finding the pieces of paper that I have written on during this class. So this week I decided I'm going to actually keep a notebook for this class because then I'll be able to go back to the words that I have scribbled madly and find them in one place. Others may be smart, have been smartly doing that already. So, I am going to start this morning with a poem by Olav Hauge called Years of Experience with Bows and Arrows. This is translated by Robert Bly. I'm going to wait 1 second till the sirens and fire engines go by my house so that you don't hear that in the background.
Redwing, could you spell his name? Because you just have on the thing you sent, you just have translated by Robert Bly, but you don't have the author's name.
I thought I did it. Anyway, it's Olaf, Olav, Haug, Hauge.
Oh, it may be that it was in color and mine only printed in black and white.
Oh, you know what? Because on mine somehow, for some reason, it came out blue.
That's
Okay.
what happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry. Thank you.
that's okay. So, years of experience with bows and arrows. What you are supposed to hit is the bullseye. That black spot, that precise spot. And the arrow is supposed to stand there quivering. But that's not where the arrow goes. You get close to it, closer and closer. No, not close enough. Then you have to go out and pick up all the arrows. Walk back. Try it again. That black spot is highly annoying until you finally grasp that where your arrow stands quivering is also the center of something. What you are supposed to hit is the bullseye, that black spot, that precise spot, and the arrow is supposed to stand there quivering. But that's not where the arrow goes. You get close to it, closer and closer. No, not close enough. Then you have to go out and pick up all the arrows. Walk back, try it again. That black spot is highly annoying until you finally grasp that where your arrow stands quivering is also the center of something. So, what word or idea makes you curious or stands out for you in this poem?
Not close enough.
That black spot is highly annoying.
What you are supposed to.
Where your arrow stands quivering.
That
You have-
precise spot.
You have to go out and pick up all the arrows.
Quivering.
Walk back, try it again.
It's also the center of something.
So I'm going to suggest as our prompt either the word quivering or the center of something. And as always, if there's another phrase or word that jumps out at you as your prompt for this morning, feel free to use that. And we will do a 4-minute write, the center of something or quivering. So I think it's usually best if we mute ourselves while we're writing and start now. Oh, you busy writers with your heads down, would someone like to read? I'm going to read this poem that came to me in one of my poetry online things that I get sent regularly on email, and that's what I'm going to say. So this poem, and I have to say partly because there was a time in my life when I was a tennis buff. So this poem is called Venus and Serena Play Doubles on Center Court by Rushin. I find an upscale bistro with a big screen at the bar. The Williams sisters will step out onto this center court for the very first time as a team. I celebrate the event with my very first Cosmopolitan. I feel like a kid watching TV in the before times. Miraculously, Nat King Cole or Pearl Bailey would appear on the Dinah Shore show or Ed Sullivan. Amazed, we'd run to the phone, call up the aunts and cousins. Quick, turn on channel 10. 3 minutes of pride. Smiling at no one in particular, I settle in to enjoy the match. What is the commentator saying? He thinks it's important to describe their opponents to us. One is dark, the other blonde. He just can't bring himself to say, Venus and Serena. Look at these two classy sisters. Serious, strategic, black, pounding history. founding history.
Founding history.
Minutes of pride.
3 minutes of pride.
Yeah. Watching TV in the before time.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Many
yeah,
of us remember the before time.
yeah, right, before.
The very first time as a team.
Smiling at no one in particular.
My very first cosmopolitan.
He thinks it's important to describe their opponents to us. One is dark, the other blonde.
He just can't bring himself to say.
So I'm going to suggest as a prompt that we use 3 minutes of pride, or else my very first, or again, any word or phrase that pulls you in. And we'll do a 3-minute write. Who would like to read? So, this is one of the things about just allowing ourselves to allow things to come through. I mean, we don't always know where it comes from or why or how. And I mean, to me, the surprise of it is such a gift. I mean, even for me today in the writing, it's like things that I haven't thought about in a really long time. And it's like, why does that suddenly come through? And it's like, who knows why? I mean, I wrote something short for this. I wrote, my very first time traveling alone by train into the big city, the big apple they called New York, though I didn't really know why. That feeling of independence drizzled with fear, wondering who was watching me. How would I find my way to this new Lower East Side apartment in the alley where my new piano teacher lived? I haven't thought about that in 50 years, It's like,
Amazing image. The alley where my piano teacher lived.
Yes, yeah.
Drizzled with fear.
Independence drizzled with fear.
from my mother's voice as I was going to get on the train by myself saying, close your coat, close your coat. It's like, okay. I was 15, so it's like... Would someone else like to read? All right, I'm going to close. I'm going to quickly read this one last poem called The Moment by Marie Howe. Oh, the coming out of nowhere moment when nothing happens. No, what have I to do today list. Maybe half a moment. The rush of traffic stops. The whir of I should be, I should be, I should be slows to silence. The white cotton curtains hanging still.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wish for these slow moments of silence for each of us, even if they are really just a half a moment. I wish it for myself. I wish it for all of us. I am honored, as always, to receive the words that come through each and every one of you each week. So thank you, thank you. May this air clear. May we stay clear.
Mhm.
And we'll see each other again soon. So thank you.
Thank you.